I started a transfer rumor on deadline day just to see how easy it was and ended up changing the betting odds for a particular player to a particular club by over 350% in 2 hours. Now, we cooked up this plan because we wanted to show how ridiculous it was that there were betting odds being assigned to this sort of thing that were this reactionary, and just how ridiculous the transfer rumor mill was in general. And so we got together on stream and we cooked up this plan on deadline day. If you want to participate in this type of craziness, you can click the Twitch link in the description.
You want to just like start a transfer rumor just because we can?
I don't want it to be like harmful to anybody, right? I want this to be fun, and we're gonna see if we can get people to like change the odds on a transfer just by like hyping up a series of 2 tweets about it. I want you to know right now, the reason we're doing this is to show how stupid the process is and how nobody knows anything. The other point is I think it'd be hilarious to mess with these people that think they know what they're talking about. Fabrizio not being one of those people. I love him. The dude has actual sources. The vast majority of these like news aggregation sites don't. First, I need to find good source material to replicate. Talks taking place, potential. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the format, dude. We're literally just gonna cop it flow for flow, bar for bar. I like, no shame. This has got our best chance. We still need the transfer. I thought a good one was, who's that Watford winger? Was it Ismail Assar? Did he move already? No, he's still on Watford. This is perfect. This is perfect. So he's talking to Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. All we need to do is introduce another team. I'm not going to mess with Everton. That's Reese's team. Everton is interested. Everton, just one more read, is showing late interest in Ismail Assar. Talks are taking place in a £25 million deal. Incentives included. The move is thought to be a priority for new management. Final decision up to Watford and the player. Yeah. The move is thought to be a priority for new management. We are going to see just how easy it is to throw a monkey wrench into this whole system while publicly saying that is what we are doing. Now, the key to exposing how ridiculous the betting odds are and how ridiculous the whole transfer rumor mill was really not trying that hard. You got most of the parameters. We're also just not going to tweet again about it. I'm not going to mention any sources, and most of the responses to the tweet are just going to be stupid stuff making fun of it because it was obviously a joke that a bunch of people were watching us perpetrate. Seriously, read the tweet. There are no sources. And this was the most liked reply. By a lot. Isles, an editor in the channel, actually. So thank you for that, man. And yet, despite all of that, within 6 minutes, it started exploding. Sky, what? Dude, no! Sky Bets is already cut in half? Oh my God. What did that take? Oh my God, the simulation is broken, man. 6 minutes. It took 6 minutes for the odds to halve. Like, I'm almost sad. Not only was I trying to recover from the fact that we just changed the betting odds significantly, potentially affecting a bunch of people, we also had Everton fans, a club that I have some sympathy for. The editor of this video in particular is an Everton fan. Hi, Reese. They were all picking it up and running with it and using it to talk about in their Twitter spaces. People were quoting the tweet and retweeting it verbatim, actual Everton fan accounts, fan news aggregation sites were grabbing it. Everton Extra took the tweet and posted it. Stop! I said it's fake! People in the replies are saying it's fake. They cut and pasted it verbatim. Dude, what? According to Reese, who's editing this video, every single major fan news outlet that he uses for Everton was echoing some version of the same story that I had tweeted out with no sources or anything. All this takes really is for one Everton fan account or Watford account, which apparently they haven't been as fervent in picking it up. One of them to do that much investigation, right? And figure it out. That's all it takes. Because then they'll obviously be able to go like, this dude is sitting live on the internet saying it's fake. That much. And that somehow hasn't happened yet. Now on the Watford side, Miles Jacobson, who is the head person at Football Manager, the game, actually was asked for his thoughts on the transfer and then replied with, can't see it happening personally unless Slav has decided that we won't be playing with wingers inside forwards anymore and the player is asked for a move. Oh, Miles. Then later, he seemed to catch wind of what was going on to his credit and said, quote, from a source who should know, although not linked to either club, no truth, likely just some idiot on the internet making stuff up to get clicks. Harsh but fair. While scientific, though, it wasn't just clicks. This was an experiment, and I had absolutely no idea how fast and pervasive this would become. And it's a little disturbing. Dude, the odds changed again. The odds are now 6-1. I can't believe how fast that was. I figured it was going to be like we looked at it tomorrow and it was like, oh man, look, the odds changed a little. If you looked up Everton on Twitter on deadline day for a significant number of people, my tweet was quite literally the first one that came up because of the engagement, which is something that you can purchase on Twitter. Not like from Twitter, but you can buy Twitter engagement, which means if you make a tweet like this and then buy Twitter engagement, it is entirely possible that you could dramatically shift the betting odds for transfers. That's freaky. I mean, like you saw on stream, I copied Fabrizio Romano's typical transfer tweet style. This wasn't even an original tweet. I just wanted to make it seem familiar and believable, and then with a little bit of engagement, I lit the match, and all of a sudden both fan bases are talking about it to varying degrees, and we even popped up on Transfermarkt's rumor mill. If you went to Ismail Assar's page on Transfermarkt, there was a rumor that he was going to Everton with me as the source. At the Old Zealand was the source. Transfermarkt has a link to me as the source for the Ismail Assar to Everton. Dude, this is not like everything. You know, we're only a few down here. Mom, what do I do now? But right around then is when the fun unfortunately ended, because this is the beginning of my Fabrizio Romano development arc. News broke that Everton had actually reached out to Watford on deadline day about signing Ismail Assar.
Was the Sar a joke or something you knew? As it's just come out from a reputable source, they tried to sign him for Everton.
Actually for 30 million, not 25 million, so I undershot it, but I was close. Now this happened and was brought to light after the actual tweet I made was released, so all the reaction on the Everton side and on the Watford side and in the betting odds,
You know, I mean, the odds went from 14-1 to 4-1 today.
all of that happened because of my tweet. We just couldn't continue to study the after effects because 4 hours later, it was true that they'd reached out and tried to pull off the transfer, which I prefer to live in the timeline that Everton actually saw the tweet and went, that's a good idea. Surely that's not what happened. It might have been what happened. It's not a likely timeline, but the fact that it's possible I find interesting and troubling, which was basically the result of this entire experiment. Don't bet on transfers. Don't do it. If you like experiments, we did another experiment where we made a World Cup but inverted it so only the worst teams could qualify. That is right here. And I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe so I can buy more fancy shirts like this. I know you like it. It's pretty colorful. Flamingos on it, I think. Which makes sense because this team plays in Wisconsin.